Chapter 429, Holy Meteorite Sutra. This chapter is updated by novels.pl. Master Hanzu was very delighted to see Zhang Yuochen. She leapt up from Blackie's back with dexterous body movement and threw herself into Zhang Yuochen's arms like a pure fairy. In just 1 year, the little girl who looked sickly and impoverished had changed dramatically. It was as if she absorbed some kind of treasure. Every inch of her skin shone like white snow and sent out a slight fragrance. Zhang Yuochen brought Blackie and Hanzu into the courier station of Marshall Market and settled them down into his room. Blackie, where have you been with Hanzu during the past year? And how could Hanzu reach the completion of Black Realm in such a short time? Zhang Yuochen asked. Blackie shrunk his body to the size of a fist, lying on the jadestone table, and said, "Don't you know that she has the 1,000 bones physical quality? Of course I took her to the Holy Meteorite Shrine to worship the 1,000 Bones Empress." 1,000 Bones Empress was one of the strongest in Kunlun's field in the entire history, who was as famous as Saint Monk Zumi. In her era, Invincible was her middle name, and no one could withstand even one of her moves. It is said that she could slaughter gods at the peak of her life. However, she disappeared in Kunlun's field after slaughtering the god. No one knew where she had gone. Hanzu had 1,008 bones, which was similar to the physical quality of 1,000 Bones Empress. This kind of physical quality could only be found once in 100,000 years. It was for this reason that Blackie took her to the Holy Meteorite Shrine. Zhang Yuochen said surprisedly, "You actually went to Holy Meteorite Shrine?" Holy Meteorite Shrine was one of the forbidden areas in Kunlun's field where an ancient race, the Holy Meteorite people, lived. The humans and savage beasts of Kunlun's field would surely die once they enter the Holy Meteorite Shrine. 1,000 Bones Empress was one of the Holy Meteorite people. Since Hanzu has 1,000 bones physical quality, certainly I should take her to the Holy Meteorite Shrine and help her complete a special sacrificial ceremony to unlock the sacred mark, Blackie said while rolling his eyes. Moreover, only by worshipping the 1,000 Bones Empress can she get the blessings of the 1,000 Bones Empress. And so she will embark on the path of an empress in the future under the shelter of 1,000 Bones Empress. Worship the 1,000 Bones Empress? Has she already died? Zhang Yuochen asked skeptically. A human is still mortal, even if their cultivation is very high. Blackie sighed. Zhang Yuochen, do you know what kind of exercises Hanzu practices? It's the Holy Meteorite Sutra, the unique technique of 1,000 Bones Empress. Do you know it? Of course you don't, and surely you won't know how to teach her, so let her be my disciple. Will you teach her the Holy Meteorite Sutra? Zhang Yuochen asked. Of course. I once dominated Kunlun's field. I was knowledgeable and omniscient. Even the Holy Meteorite Sutra, I have read it once, Blackie said proudly. Hanzu laughed. Blackie is bragging again. The Holy Meteorite Sutra flew from the underground by itself when we worshipped the 1,000 Bones Empress. If Master wants to see, I can take it out for you right now. A white light spot emerged from Hanzu's globula and turned into a sacred mark. Then a mysterious white holy book flew out of her chi lake. The white holy book was made of an unknown material that was neither gold nor jade, neither stone nor wood. The book was about a foot long and 2 fingers thick with tadpole script on the cover. Even Zhang Yuochen, who has powerful spiritual power, couldn't read it easily. Zhang Yuochen just glanced at the Holy Meteorite Sutra and returned it. When I hit the sacred realm of Half-Saint in the future, I'll probably borrow it, but now it's not the time. So quickly put it away and never let the others see it. Zhang Yuochen patted on Hanzu's head and laughed. Of course, Zhang Yuochen wanted to read the unique technique of 1,000 Bones Empress and perceive the martial arts quintessence in that. However, with his current cultivation, it was not suitable for him to perceive the Holy Meteorite Sutra. The Holy Meteorite Sutra was mysterious and magical, and it was no less inferior than the scripture of Emperor Ming's Empyrean. If Zhang Yuochen couldn't help but fall into a state of deep perceiving, his practicing of scripture of Emperor Ming's Empyrean will certainly be affected. After all, the Holy Meteorite Sutra was extremely valuable for any warrior. Once you took a look, you would surely fall into a cultivation mania. Zhang Yuochen was also unsure whether he could still keep being logical after reading the Holy Meteorite Sutra. Hanzu stared at Zhang Yuochen, while blinking her eyes. She really wanted to share the Holy Meteorite Sutra with Zhang Yuochen. Her small hand held the Holy Meteorite Sutra, and she didn't know what to do with the book. Oh, a bloody shadowy figure-like ghost flew from the distance at an extremely fast speed. She flew over from Han Yu's side and snatched the Holy Meteorite Sutra with a foul wind when Zhang Yuochen and Blackie was not paying attention. Zhang Yuochen, if you don't want it, let me take it for you. Blood Spirit Queen flashed her body once more and landed on the top of the roof 12 feet away. She wore a blood-red robe with her hair full of blood, and her graceful body was wrapped in a cloud of blood mist. Blood Spirit Queen, how did you find this place? Zhang Yuochen resigned. Of course I followed you to the East Region Saint City. I had intended to find an opportunity to drain your blood, but I didn't expect to get the Holy Meteorite Sutra. In this case, then I let you live for a few more days. Blood Spirit Queen sneered. Blood Spirit Queen held that white holy book with one hand, and the other hand clasped behind her back, smiling triumphantly. The huge harvest made it worth it to follow Zhang Yuochen from Omen Ridge to East Region Saint City. With the Holy Meteorite Sutra, she would have a greater chance of attaining the sacred realm of Half-Saint, and even reaching a higher achievement. Zhang Yuochen took out the Violet Thunder Sword. His eyes were extremely cold and sharp. I advise you to immediately return the Holy Meteorite Sutra. Otherwise, today will be your funeral, he warned. Blood Spirit Queen disdainfully sneered, saying, Zhang Yuochen, perhaps you overestimate yourself. Last time, you were able to suck away part of my half-saint's light only because I did not take precautions. Do you think I would give you a second chance to do so? If Blood Spirit Queen had taken something else, Zhang Yuochen might have had just tolerated it. But Blood Spirit Queen took away the Han Yu's practice skill book. So even if the strength of Zhang Yuochen was much weaker compared to Xueling Wang's, Zhang Yuochen would fight with his all against the Blood Spirit Queen to get back the Holy Meteorite Sutra. There is no time for you to talk nonsense. I will leave now and go back to perceive the Holy Meteorite Sutra. Zhang Yuochen, you can't stop me. Ha ha. Blood Spirit Queen gave a loud laugh, turned around, and prepared to leave. Swoosh. Suddenly, a beam of sword light carrying the power of the thunderbolt approached and stopped right in front of her globula instantly. What happened? Who is it? Blood Spirit Queen fixed her eyes and found that Zhang Yuochen was the one who wielded that sword. In such a close distance, the tip of the sword would reach her head in the blink of an eye, so it was too late for her to release her celestial body. She yelled. How could it be? When did he show up behind her? Was he that strong? She didn't know that what Zhang Yuochen has just displayed is the space moving which had already surpassed normal warrior's speed. He teleported behind her by only thinking it. Zhang Yuochen knew very well that he wouldn't get many opportunity like this to kill her or give her fatal wounds if they were to fight openly. He would not have another opportunity if he failed to kill her after this attack.